In a small village on the edge of the world, there lived an old philosopher named Alexei. He was respected by all the villagers for his wisdom, but most considered his inquiries meaningless and disconnected from real life. Alexei spent his days contemplating the nature of existence, the reality of the universe, and the meaning of the word happiness, while his nights were spent under the starry sky, searching for answers to questions that seemed to arise again and again, endlessly. One day, a young man named Danilo came to him. He was new to the village, and Alexei's constant pondering had caught his attention. "Wise old man," Danilo said, "it seems that your reflections do no good. We all seek simple answers to our questions. Why don't you stop and begin living like an ordinary person?" Alexei looked at him with a gentle smile. "You seek simple answers, but will you find them in the everyday world? Can there be anything truly real without a question?" Danilo grew thoughtful and decided to learn more about the philosopher. That evening, Alexei invited him for a walk in the forest. They walked for a long time in silence, until they reached a small lake reflecting the moonlight. "Do you see this lake?" Alexei asked. "Its waters seem perfectly calm, but if you look closely, you can see how the algae move beneath the surface, how the fish change direction, just like our minds. Everything seems still, but inside, each of us is searching for our path. And only questions can give us that path. Do you know what the greatest question a person can ask is?" Danilo looked at him, puzzled. "I don't know. I thought you'd say something about the meaning of life. Or, what is happiness?" Alexei smiled. The greatest question is why. Why does everything we see exist? Why do we exist? And why do we search for answers, even when they seem unnecessary? It's like searching for a star in the sky. You'll never know where the real one is, but it's that very star that points the way. Danilo fell into deep thought. His mind began to open. He realized that Alexei's philosophy wasn't just abstract thinking, but a way to change one's perception of the world. He began to ask questions not just about the grand purpose of life, but about his own everyday actions, his relationships with others. Alexei spent a few more days with Danilo, explaining how questions could help one better understand oneself and the world around. And although the answers were not always clear, the process of searching gave a special depth and meaning to each day. When Danilo left the village, he was no longer the same person who had arrived. He didn't have any clear answers to his questions, but his view of the world had changed. He now understood that philosophy wasn't just an abstraction. It was a path that helped us understand why we ask questions and why they matter. Alexei remained in his place, in his world of constant searching. He knew that the most important thing was not the answer, but the process of searching for oneself, and that this journey would continue forever.